everybody. We have not had this many white folks in Overtown since the Klan rode through in '31. Listen, if no one else has said this to you, then let me be the first. Welcome to Miami. Welcome to Miami. This is known as the Overtown community. This is Miami's oldest black community, established in 1896 when the city of Miami was founded. And all the black folks that lived around in what became the city of Miami had to move here and then could not leave here after dark. Same as apartheid in South Africa in those days. So this was Miami's most oppressed community. It remains the poorest community in Miami, and it has still devastating effects from urbanization. This expressway you see here, and there's another one running north and south, destroyed this community. Well, this is I-395. It takes basically white people from east to west across the community. They don't look down, they don't even have to look at black people. This was one of the scars left on this community by the highway transportation system. It's one of two interstates that crisscross this community.
We had volumes be over there on the corner. You had the theater, you had restaurants, Pops and Mom's restaurants, and all that around here at one time. Furniture store over there on the corner. We had a men's store down the street. We had a whole bunch of stuff over here. I mean, you know, we didn't really have to go downtown for too many things at that time. But jobs was plentiful then. Now jobs done got scarce. Jobs just scarce now.
Around in Miami, in the city of Overtown, you see a lot of poverty.
I went looking for a job at this place, you know, and minimum wage is $5.15 an hour or $5.25, whatever it is. And this place is paying $5 an hour. You know, they ain't got no jobs, you know, and when you do get a job, you know, they don't want to pay you what you're supposed to get paid.
One of the biggest problems here in Overtown, Miami, is the drugs. You know, just like I say, if they want to put a cap on the drugs, they got to stop it, because it's like the people that's coming from different places are coming over here getting the drugs. You follow what I'm saying? And it's the poorest part of the city. And that don't make no sense. You would think that if you really want to get drugs, go to Miami Beach or go to Broward or somewhere. But why over in Overtown, Miami, where all the people are suffering already?
I was one of those who had the welfare taken away 3 years ago. $198 a month wasn't enough for 3 people to take care of 2 kids and bills.
I mean, it's sad. I mean, I went to get help.
The crime rate is so high.
I lost my job and I went to get help to get food stamps. They don't want to give it to me because I didn't have no kids. And I told them, well, I am hungry. They told me, well, we can't help you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do this. The middle class people, I can't help you. Old Cubans, we can't help you no more. I'm so sorry with this. I'm sorry for letting you down.
And a lot of guys, you can't even blame it on the drug dealer, because some of those guys feel like they can't even get a job. So the best thing that they look at, I can sell drugs.
I hear stories all the time about how good Overtown was. I used to be so proud to be in Overtown. Now, you'll hear everybody say town is for life. I say it too, because I was born and raised, and I believe, you know, that we can get better. I used to go to Dorsey Park, and we used to throw like rocks and stuff in the water back there. We just thought it was a dirty lake. Turns out it was Rinker's runoff water.
See it where you have to like get on your tiptoes or something, like it's right down that way.
Messy,
you can see the lake, you can see it, the creek or lake, whatever it was. You can see it. We used to always just throw stuff in it, you know?
Tarmac and Rinker, which are the operators of these 2 cement plants over here, both have interests or potential interests in South America. And in preparation for the FTA protests, we did research into the companies and found that they were very pro-FTA and are hoping that these agreements are going to come to be so that they can increase their interests. They want to open up the ports, they want to open up their transportation ways, they want to get public dollars to do that business, they want access to mining down there. In addition, Tico, which is also right across the street, they are actually one of the interests building the natural gas pipeline that just pretty much caused the revolution in Bolivia. So it's very interesting to see how, you know, here they are in Overtown, you know, dumping on the community and making people sick. And then at the same time, they're doing the same thing in South America. And it really ties in when people here say, why do we care about the FTAA? This is why we care.
We planted everything over here from the sod on the side of the expressway. I think it was probably like over 50 pallets of sod. Just going up the land grass all through. We had to bring the dirt, we had to bring the grass, we had to actually take the water up there because at that time we didn't have sprinklers, so it was hard work.
What you're looking at used to be just 2 huge vacant lots owned by the city. We started planting here without asking permission. They probably would have said no. Now we have hundreds and hundreds of plants out here, and another 2 or 3 months we're producing a winter crop for the community.
Most of the trees here we planted, the smaller trees. And that's a good thing for the community also, really.
What was here before?
Used to be apartment complexes. They tore them down, so they did something with the land, which is a good thing. Yeah, it's food and scenery. So you can pretty much, you can't go wrong.
Take your shovels, because you're going to need those where you're going. The pointed shovels, right this way, right where they're
We wanted to do permaculture demonstrations and garden work in Miami during the FTA. So we spent a lot of time looking for spaces, and we somehow got in touch with Dr. Dunn. We talked to him to see if there was any way we could help out with his gardens, and like if he needed rainwater catchment or I don't know, any sort of system. And he was like, what do you have in mind? And we told him about some of our plans, and he was like, sounds like you need a whole lot to yourselves. And so he said that we could do whatever we want basically with this lot and that lot.
When we create gardens and we plant trees, we immediately start building a barrier to their pollution. And so gardens are such an unbelievable tool because they have this two-pronged effect. You are empowered by the food that you're growing and by taking care of yourself and building self-sufficiency. And you're also organizing and getting people together and building a sense of community that give people the strength to stand up to the horrible things that are in their neighborhoods.
Here we were expecting all of this trouble. The riot police out every place. They're right across the street there. What were they expecting from you guys? Right? Right. Well, thank you for being here, and we love you. Thank you so much.
While they're trying to gain power, you got people that's in poverty. You follow what I'm saying? And it's all the people that's living in the upper echelon of society are getting rich, while the other people that's middle class and the poor are just suffering more and more and more. More and more. It's because of power. It's because of power. This guy got something to say. I gotta go, sugar.